Hi guys, here is a video on the recording behavior activity for event recording and partial interval recording. So first thing you're going to do is go into Blackboard and open up the Three Stooges video. And the behavior we're looking for is when any of the Three Stooges makes forceful contact with another in any way. So either with their own body or another object. For event recording, it's a continuous recording procedure. So you're going to watch the learner the whole observation period. This video is 30 seconds, so not too bad for us. And every time the behavior occurs, you are going to record the number of occurrences. So let's get started. Okay, so that was my recording of it. Now, I think this was more of a high rate behavior. So, and a lot of times it was hard to keep the instances and hard to record it, or at least it was for me. So if I was actually recording this behavior, I would use the partial interval recording system, which we're going to talk about in just 1 second. But basically, after you recorded the occurrences, you're going to count up the frequency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I had 21 occurrences, and that's going to be my frequency. Now, as we talked about in the lecture, if you're observing for the same amount of time each time, you can use frequency. If your observation periods differ in the amount of time you're observing, then you want to convert your frequency into rate. So for the sake of learning how to convert frequency into rate, we are going to try that. So our video was 30 seconds long, which is half a minute. So you're going to take your frequency and divide it by 0.5 and get your instances per minute. So when I do this, I'm going to do 21 divided by 0.5. And that gives me 42. So my rate is 42 instances per minute. All right, so let's go down to interval recording. And we have, like I said, 30-second observation period divided into intervals of 5 seconds. And with partial interval recording, as long as the behavior occurs, you record a plus. So let's watch this again, and we're going to go through it with intervals. So. Oh, let me play it, sorry. Okay, so that was the first interval that occurred. So I'm going to put a plus. Oh, sorry guys. I'm going to, put a plus. And let's do the second interval. Okay, so second interval, behavior occurred. I put a plus, and the behavior occurred actually at the beginning of the interval. So this is the ease of the partial interval recording, in that it's a discontinuous recording procedure. So once the behavior occurs within an interval, you put your plus, and you don't have to really pay attention until the interval ends. So let's go to the third interval. All right, behavior occurred, so at least once, so we're going to put a plus. All right, behavior occurred, so we're going to put a plus. And behavior has already occurred, so we put a plus for that interval, and behavior is occurring again in the last interval. So we get a plus there as well. So we actually had pluses throughout the whole time. So how many intervals did the behavior occur? We had 6. How many total intervals? 6. So we divide 6 by 6. And we get 100%. So you will have, when you're actually recording behavior in the classroom, you will have instances where the behavior probably won't occur during your interval. And if the behavior doesn't occur at all, then you would get a minus. But that's an example of how to do event recording and partial interval recording. So thanks, guys.